So, today we're going to talk about Instagram. It's an app that, so many of us use every single day. Our goal here is pretty simple. It's just to help you stay aware of how it all works so you can use it calmly and safely. We're here to inform, not to create any fear.
We all know the Instagram we see on the surface, right? It's that endless scroll of really nice photos, fun videos, and all those moments that we share with friends and family. For a lot of us, it's just a normal part of our day.
But that makes you wonder what's happening behind the screen. Figuring out what the app sees isn't about being scared. It's actually about being empowered, so you can make choices you're comfortable with about what you share.
Okay, so let's take a look. Every single time we use the app, every tap, every scroll, every like, we're actually giving it tiny little pieces of information. And all those little pieces start to come together to build a much bigger picture.
That bigger picture has a name. It's called a data profile. Just think of it like a digital summary of you, your habits, your interests, all built from what you do on the app. And this profile is how the platform kind of tailors your experience, from the ads you see to the accounts it thinks you'll like.
So what kind of information goes into this profile? Well, it starts with the basics, the stuff you'd expect. Your personal details, like your name and email. It also includes your location, which it can get from your phone's GPS or even from data that's hidden inside your photos. It keeps track of your interests based on what you like and who you follow, and it collects info about your phone or computer. It even gathers facial data from photos, which is how it suggests who to tag.
And some of the data collection can get, well, surprisingly specific. For instance, just to give you a concrete example, the app can collect information as detailed as how much battery you have left on your phone. This really just shows how much can be gathered. A few years ago, for example, there were reports that the app could track what users were doing even when it wasn't open, by using little scripts running in the background. Again, this just helps us understand how these systems can work. Okay, knowing this stuff is the first step. The next one is taking a few simple actions. So let's look at your privacy toolkit. And this isn't about being a tech expert. It's just about using the controls that are already there for you. Here are 5 really practical steps you can take. First, think about turning off location access in your phone's settings. You can always turn it back on just from one post if you want. Second, just be mindful of how much personal info you're sharing in your bio or in your captions. Third, it's a good idea to regularly check the photos you're tagged in and untag yourself from anything you're not comfortable with. Fourth, you can turn off your activity status if you want to browse a bit more privately. And last, check which other apps are connected to your account and maybe remove any you don't really use anymore. And this really applies to everything you do online, not just on Instagram. It's a core safety principle. Always stop, think, and verify. Before you post something or share something, just give yourself that little moment to pause. At the end of the day, the goal is to enjoy using these platforms while also making sure that you're the one who's in control of your personal information. And that really brings us to the most important takeaway from all of this. The whole point is to help you use technology consciously, so you can feel informed, not afraid. The goal is never to make you fear technology, and it's not about being afraid of the people you connect with online either. Instead, it's about building a simple habit of being informed and being cautious. It's about really understanding the tools we use every day and then making them work for us safely. It all comes down to one simple idea, really. Awareness is protection. When you're alert, you stay safe. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe and stay aware. Maybe think about sharing this information with your family and friends. Sometimes a small conversation can make a really big difference.